Hello, everybody. The title for today is Why Attending Live Events is So Powerful. Why attending live events is so powerful. So we'll wait for some people to get on here and see them say hi. I'm super excited. I know I haven't been doing a video for a few days because Terry and I went to Vegas to attend the mastermind event, and oh my God, it's just like it was just so amazing. So I'm waiting here to see if someone will pop up on here and share. This is really important because I'll share with you a couple of things about my personal story. And one of the very first things is hi Nicholas. So it's great to see everybody on here. And again, the title is Why It's So Powerful, or why it's so important to see a live event. So there's my son. Hi, Matthew, Peter, Eric. Thank you for getting on here. Jennifer. So here we go. When I first got involved in this industry, it wasn't easy for me. There was a lot of people that were telling me to do all kinds of stuff, and I was doing it and everything. And I want people to listen closely. My upline was awful. Now, I didn't know they were awful, but you know, the things that they were telling me to do, and I'll give you guys some weird example. You know, they were telling me to go door to door selling water filter systems. And how we got our leads, this is before cell phones, this is before the internet. So how we got our leads is I would go to a cake box store. You heard me correctly. People that made boxes for donuts and cakes and cupcakes. And I would buy these pink boxes because I was told to do this. And after buying the pink boxes, I would take a razor blade and I would cut a hole in the top. I had to go to a printer, and I have zero money. And I had to go to a printer and I had to get these, you know, these things that were filled out for drawings, you know, where you put your name and your phone number and so on and so forth. Then I would glue that, you know, onto the pink box. And then I would buy these pencils that you use for scoring, like in mini golf or golf, right? And I would take the time to take a razor blade and cut a little slot in it, and then take some yellow string and tie it through the box, and then tie it to this pencil. Now, that we had this little thing that we printed up that talked about how to win a trip to Las Vegas if you would just try out one of our water filters. And so then I was going, Terry's here. Hi, John, Jennifer, Norma, Isabella, Lisa, Kai, Zoltan. It was so great to spend time with you, Zoltan. Bill as well. Thank you guys so much for going to the event. And, you know, Zoltan, you know, all the way from Budapest, Hungary, gets to the event, and people that live in Vegas can't get to the event. People can't get there from California. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I was doing all of this stuff. There was a trip to win to Vegas, so I had to staple that in the box. And then I had to go to the 7-Elevens and other mom and pop little stores and tell them that I would give them 25 cents per lead that was in the box. So it was sort of like to encourage them, you know, to get people, oh, by the way, you know, fill out a lead to make it to Vegas. I mean, make it, a trip. And so all of a sudden, I'm doing this. So I'm going and picking up these leads. I'm trying to call these leads to set an appointment to go into a stranger's home to actually demonstrate how much toxins were in their water by putting orthotolidine in it, and then getting them to try and allow me to hook the water filter up for them to try for a week before they decided to buy. Now, this is what they told me to do. So I want each and every one of you to understand that when you get into a company, that you're willing to listen to anybody. Are you hearing me? You're willing to listen to anybody and what they say and do this and do this and do this and do this. And all these people got all of these ideas. They just won't show you what they made. And so one of the wild things is I was doing this, and to this date, I think I remember selling maybe 2 water filters. And I don't have any money. I'm on workman's comp, making $900 a month. Didn't have any money. And finally, one of these guys, they said, oh, you wouldn't believe there's an event. There's a big event coming that this company, NSA, National Safety Associates, is sponsoring in downtown Los Angeles at the Bonaventure Hotel. And now, why do I know the details to the story? Because these details changed my life fast. Now, I didn't even have money for parking. You know what I mean? So I had to park my vehicle quite a ways away. And they basically told me, they said, Robert, if you don't go to this event, we're not working with you anymore. And I was like, oh my God, why is it so important to go to this event? And I know it costs to get to the event too. I was pawning stuff. I got a loan, a pawn loan on my used car. And I go to this event. And I'm telling you guys, listen closely. I could not have been more upset to be there because I couldn't afford to be there. And so I'm there and I'm like really irritated to be there. And I'm hearing these people talking and I'm going, oh my God, this is just so awful. And guess what? Because I mentally set myself up to say I didn't need this event, that I couldn't afford to go to this event. I was spending money I didn't have, taking money from bills that I should have been paying, like the electricity, to pull it off. And all of a sudden, I was mad because I was there. Then they started doing testimonies. And these people started walking across the stage, getting awards. And I was very blessed this weekend. We, the top 10 people in the company that did the most volume, we had 5 of them in our group. So Javon got an award. Javon Davis, his wife, Candice Bird Davis, Shandor Dubli from Budapest was there. And 2 people, Laszlo Kuhn and also Esteban and Tomas Adam. So it was neat to have 5 positions out of the 10 that was on there. And just very, very, very blessed. You know what I mean? So with my position, Terry and I, it was 6 people out of the 10. And that's what I love doing, is getting people, on stage and showing them the simple thing to do. So getting back to the story, I was watching these people get awards. And as they were getting awards, this person came up and he was from the Middle East. And so he had very broken English. And I'll never forget, his name was Ahmad Shahad or something. And he said, I've been in company very short time. I just bought second new Mercedes and building a brand new home. I am so excited and love being in this company and love this country. Very short. And won one of the top awards. And so, hi So, hi Mary, hi Eric, Randy, nice to see you, Diane. Danielle, Kai, Bill, thank you very much, you guys. Hi, Ed, Jim, man, I wish you guys were there. It was just amazing. And so all of a sudden he started walking on stage and he got off the stage and his downline and everybody in his group were celebrating him and his upline was celebrating him. And I really respectfully just waited. And some of you have heard this story, but it's the thing that changed my life. It was a significant emotional event that changed my life. And so I waited for him and he'd come up and I said, can you please please help me. I just have a couple of questions. He said, sure. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I said, listen, please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to do. And he says, I walk up to people and I say, excuse me. And when they say, sure, he goes, I'm looking for people that want to make extra money. Do you want to make extra money? Yes or no? Well, me being an overthinker, being analytical, being an automotive engineer, mechanic, very skeptical, ran around in a victim mentality. I said to him, what if they ask you questions? And he says, I look at him and I say, you answer my question first. Do you want to make money? Yes or no? And I said, okay. Yes. He goes, awesome. I need to introduce you to the money man. I'm working with this guy named Jeff Roberti, which, by the way, in that company was also my upline. There was a person between me and Jeff named Bill Gould. And then there was 7 people. Listen closely. Some of you are going to miss this. You're going to miss this. Because I can even tell by your post that you're not listening. You're not listening. You're too busy posting. Listen. He says, I edify and promote and get them in front of my money person. He said, money man. And he said, who is your money man? And I said, well, the guy that brought me in was Sean Hennigan. He goes, did he walk the stage? Did he walk the stage? I said, no. He goes, well, who brought him in? His roommate, Craig Wilson. He goes, did he walk the stage? I go, no, he didn't. Well, who brought him in? I said, his boss, Mike. I believe his last name was Jones, Mike Jones. He goes, did he walk the stage? No, he didn't. Well, who brought him in? I said, Wes Martin. This guy said that he was the #1 Britannica Encyclopedia salesperson. And he goes, did he walk the stage? No, he didn't get an award. He goes, who was above that? And I said, Michelle Turan. He goes, I don't know her. How about above her? I said, Peter Wilson. I don't know him. Are you guys listening to me? All the people that were teaching me how they thought that the business should be done were not walking the stage getting awards. Are you guys hearing me? Because people will reach out to me and say, oh my God, I listened to this person, and oh my God, I'm doing what this person says, and oh my God, I bought this course, and oh my God, I got this book. And I'm going like, what does that have to do with them producing in this company and walking your stage? What does that have to do with anything? And they're like, well, I don't know. And so the next thing he said to me, who's above Peter Wilson? I said, a lady named Sherry Sharman, and his eyes lit up. And he goes, oh my God, Sherry Sharman. He goes, Bill Gould and Jeff Roberti is your upline. And I said, yeah, I seen his presentation on a video. And he goes, that's the person that you listen from. And this was on a weekend, so it was on a Monday, 35 years ago. He said, you call the company and you ask them to get a message to Bill Gould for you and Jeff Roberti, and they will call you back. And you do what they tell you to do, not with all the people between them and you. And I went, okay, I'll do it. I called the company, wasn't even an hour, and Bill Gould called. Aaron, get this, Sherry Sharman was my upline. I was her #1 leg in NSA and Equinox. I was one of the Knights of the Round Table, 7 of them. And so, all of a sudden, I call up Bill, and Bill turns around and says, Robert, you got to come to San Diego. I'll train you. And I was living in the San Fernando Valley, probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours away. And I said, I don't have any money. And he said, find a way. So I drove to San Diego, lived in my car, stayed in my car, and Bill taught me a whole different way to do this business. And I tried to do that a little bit today. I was blessed to be a speaker this weekend at the Mastermind, and I grabbed this incredible lady named Karen from Africa, and I did what my mentor did to me. Guess what happened my next 30 days in business? I did 27,000 in volume and got a check from the company for over $10,210. What a difference from learning from one group of people to another group of people. So what happened next? The next month, there were 4 people in my group that achieved the same position as me. So I went from 25K. Then I had 4 people in my group that went to 25K. Are you guys getting this? And I had a bunch of people that didn't quite get there. Some got to 10K, some got to 5K. But I went to what would be 125K. My second full month in this business. Why? Because I kept introducing very powerful people that I knew that was successful to Bill. And when Bill showed them how much income he was making, people went, if I can make $700,000 a year, I'm listening to this guy. And there was a bunch of other people in my team that just went, nah, I don't want to do it. You only want to work with people that are at the right place at the right time. So there's my story. It changed my whole life, because when you go to events, now you get to see who is documented, who is doing the work, who is consistently sharing with what they need to do. And then you learn directly from those people. Another thing that's powerful about events is you get to see other people that you've always seen, speaking on videos and stuff like that. You get to hear the vision, from Josh Swagel and Jenna Swagel, the co-founders and also the co-CEOs of the company. You get to hear success stories from Chris Robinson and, all the other people that are successful. You get to hear about their journey, which at the beginning wasn't so good. And then, of course, you get introductions to new products. You get to hang around people, you get keynote speakers. I mean, you got to find a way to get to an event. And, it's funny because everyone says this, and I know some of the people that were at the event, Aaron, and of course my wife, Zoltan. There were so many people that were so cool to meet there. And you know what everybody says at every event? They go, oh my God, I should have made it more urgency and more important to try to tell people that they need to be there. And sometimes we just don't push that hard. And why don't we push hard? Because, mentally in the back of our head, we haven't made the commitment yet. We haven't made the decision yet to change our lives. Well, what if you were just smart enough to get your group there? And if you get your group there, then bingo, that will happen. Hey, Kai, thank you very much for posting that there. We're going to hold your feet to it. So Aaron and I are going to make sure that we copy and paste this. Make sure to send it to you so you get focused. So there you go. I love and appreciate you all. I see Olo on here. Hi, Mike. Aaron, again, thank you so much. It was so great to spend time with you and Kathy. You guys are just amazing. I love and appreciate you guys so much. Delroy, Clarence, Randy, if I miss anyone, Marion, Mark, hi Mark, how you doing? And it won't let me go up any further. So get back with the person that introduced you to this video. Please share it. Our next event's in November in Orlando, Florida. You got to do what you got to do to make plans to get there. You got to get there. So that's the power of events. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Please do me a huge favor and share this. If you want to check out all the steps, I think this is 83 or 84 as far as videos I've done so far this year. You can go to roberthollis.com/steps, STEPS, and we're here to help you every step of the way. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life and be fulfilled and happy, let me be the first. My mentors did that for me, and I would love to do that for you. Bye for now and see you tomorrow.